I've literally found the best lighting in this house. This is what we're working with. The 6-week Real Shreds begins today. What's up guys, and welcome to episode 1 of my new video series, Real Shreds. Got my notes and stuff I'm going to run through with you today so I can keep it short and sweet and really get the information across to you in as quick a time as possible. Okay, so a brief history of where I've come from and where I am now. So I've been cutting for about 7 months now. I was probably low 20s body fat. You probably wouldn't tell looking at me, but I had a massive butt. Most of my body fat was on my bum and my legs and lower back. So you couldn't really tell looking at me that I was that high body fat, but I was. And I really wanted to get myself down to a position where I looked good with my clothes off, not just with my clothes on. I will never ever be cutting this long. And I don't suggest you guys do it unless you are of, 20% or above body fat levels, okay? Now I've come to the point where I'm in the last 6 weeks of this cut, okay? And I'm getting into single figure body fat. I'll probably say I'm about 10%, and I want to get down to single figures. And that's what I'm going to start then, moving on to a lean gain phase and hopefully keep the shape and keep the definition that I've got now forever. This morning I weighed in at 78.8 kilograms and I'm aiming to lose about 1.5 kilograms in those 6 weeks. I follow a guy called Fraser Wilson, and he said the other day on his Instagram that getting to low body fat percentages is like being skint. Okay, so if you're a millionaire and someone takes 100 quid, you don't even notice. That's like being 20% body fat and losing weight. Your body doesn't even notice. It is really happy to lose that body fat because it doesn't really notice. But when you're at sort of 10% or below, it's like only having 200 quid to your name and someone taking 100 quid. So I've got to be a little bit more technical, a little bit more disciplined now as I'm getting low. So now I'm going to go into the specifics of how I'm going to lose this last few percent of body fat. And hopefully you guys can use these tips and my experience and my step-by-step updates I'm going to give you into your own plan, so that when you get as low as this, you know exactly what to do when the fat loss slows. So like I said, I'm planning on losing about 1.5 kilograms in these 6 weeks. I want to be at 77 kilograms or below, but ultimately I'm going to be looking at myself and looking at my own shape and definition, and I want to see a real change. Ultimately I'm looking for more veins. Okay, so how am I going to do it? Nutrition wise, I run my entire calorie goal over a 7-day basis. Your body works over a 7-day period, where if you're eating in a calorie surplus for a long period of time, that's when you get fat. And you don't start losing weight unless you're in a calorie deficit for a long period of time. So I do things on a 7-day basis. I set myself a 7-day calorie goal and I manipulate those calories depending on the day, whether I'm training, whether I'm resting, whatever I'm doing. If I'm going out, I then manipulate my other calories so that I have one high day, but I'm still below my calorie goal for those 7 days, and it works really, really well. So my calorie goals for the 7-day period, starting from now, are going to be 20,000 calories over the 7 days. I'm now going to go through how I'm going to split that down. I'm going to be having 2 high days, so 2 refeed days basically. So a Monday and a Friday are going to be my refeed days. Each one of those is going to be 3,800 calories each. And all I'm going to be doing then is pretty much doubling my carb intake. That's going to spike my leptin levels, spike my metabolism, and then help me burn a little bit more fat over the next 3 or 4 days. It's going to go spiking for a couple of days, slowing down, spiking a couple of days, slowing down. That's how it's going to be going for the next 6 weeks, okay? 2 moderate days as well. So I'm going to be training 4 days a week. My 2 high days will be on a training day. I'm going to have 2 moderate days, which are my other 2 training days, okay? Which are basically, I'm going to be hitting a calorie goal in between my high and low day. It's going to be 2,750 calories on my moderate days, okay? Okay, I'm going to also have 3 low days. And on these 3 low days, I'm only going to be having... They're going to probably be active rest days. So I'll be doing a little bit of abs, going for a walk, going swimming, something like that. Not just sitting on my bum all day. But I'm going to be intermittent fasting on these 3 days, okay? So it means that I can help burn that a little bit more fat, and also gives me a bit of scope to still eat 2 or 3 decent meals, even though I'm going to be on the low calorie goal of 2,300 calories for those 3 days. Okay, so macros, just to finish off, My protein and fat are the same every single day of the week, and they will be the same until the day I finish this 6-week period. But the only thing that's going to change is carbs. Okay, you don't need to starve yourself to lose weight. Okay, you just got to be intelligent. That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. You've got to be intelligent. Okay. My refeed days, I'm going to be consuming 600 grams of carbs on my 2 refeed days. Okay. I'm going to be consuming 337 grams of carbohydrates on my moderate days, and I'm going to be consuming 225 grams of carbohydrates on my low days, so the days I'm intermittent fasting. I've also increased my water intake to 5 litres a day. It has been on 4 for like forever, so now because I'm getting really low. And I'm actually finding, strangely enough, that even though I'm drinking probably more than most of the people watching this video drink, of 4 litres a day, I'm still being a little bit, my wee's still a little bit too yellow for my liking. So obviously this lower body fat percentage is meaning my body's utilising more water. I don't really know, but I'm upping it to try and compensate that and really, one, help me feel fuller, because I'm obviously dropping my calories a little bit, and 2, just to make sure my body is suitably hydrated as I get to these low body fat percentages. Okay? Right, so thanks for watching today, guys. I'm going to be putting out probably a few episodes a week of this, just giving you regular updates of how things are going. Nice, short, sharp, sweet episodes. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this introduction to the real shred. I'm going to show you how fat loss can be done and how a realistic amount of fat loss is achieved.